Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of 7-Minute Meditations in the Holy Week and Holy Lent series. Today we're looking at Good Friday, and the passage I'd like to read here is Mark 15:21 through 32. And they compelled a passerby, Simon of Cyrene, who was coming in from the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to carry his cross. And they brought him to the place called Golgotha, which means place of the skull. And they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him and divided his garments among them, casting lots for them to decide what each should take. And it was the third hour when they crucified him. And the inscription of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews." And with them they crucified two robbers, one on his right and one on his left. And those who passed by derided him, wagging their heads and saying, "Aha, you who would destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days, save yourself and come down from the cross." So also the chief priests with the scribes mocked him to one another, saying, "He saved others, he cannot save himself. Let the Christ, the King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe." Those who were crucified with him also reviled him. Friends, we call it Good Friday, even though it is the day the Son of God died on a cross. At first, that seems like a strange name. What could possibly be good about such suffering? It is good because on that day, the redemption of the world was accomplished. Days earlier, on Palm Sunday, crowds welcomed Jesus into Jerusalem, shouting, "Hosanna!" They believed he was the king sent by God. By Friday, the cries had changed to "Crucify him." Jesus was arrested, beaten, mocked, and brought before the Roman governor Pilate. Though Pilate found no real crime in him, the crowd demanded his death. Instead of releasing Jesus, they chose a violent rebel named Barabbas. Jesus was then flogged, mocked by soldiers, crowned with thorns, and led to Golgotha, the place of the skull, where he was crucified. For 3 hours he hung on the cross while people mocked him, saying, "Save yourself and come down from the cross." And Jesus did not come down. At noon, darkness covered the land. Then at 3 p.m, Jesus cried out, quoting Psalm 22, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And then he breathed his last. At that moment, something extraordinary happened. The curtain of the temple, the barrier separating people from the presence of God, was torn in two from top to bottom. Through the death of Jesus, the way to God was opened. Earlier, Jesus explained the meaning of his sacrifice. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. The word ransom means the price paid to set captives free. Through his death, Jesus liberates us from the powers of sin and death themselves. Good Friday reminds us that God's love is stronger than human cruelty, stronger than sin, and even stronger than death itself. Because Jesus gave his life for us, we are called to live for him, serving and sharing the good news of his love. Go and do just that. Thanks be to God. Amen. God bless you.